Moving on to stop number 11, we find ourselves back on Lake Michigan. This area has always been famous for the amount of forest and its pine trees, and has been a preference for Christmas trees. Well, this wasn't always a good thing.
Well, we're now standing on the shores of Lake Michigan, and we've got the perfect day for what we're looking at right now. We're in the town of Thompson, or very close to what's left of it. There are a few buildings out behind me that are still visible, that have lasted over the years, a lot of old foundations and some of the old docks that were out here. And it looks like nothing right now, but at one time this was a bustling town. It had 4 lumber mills here, and there were ships going in and out constantly. It was actually larger than the town of Manistique. A schooner called the Rowe Simmons left here in 1912 for a trip down to Chicago full of Christmas trees. Although this vessel was used primarily to haul lumber, the last trip of the season was reserved for bringing Christmas trees to his home port of Chicago. During the late afternoon of November 22nd, 1912, the captain gave orders to depart the Thompson docks with the Rouse Simmons filled with Christmas trees. Those watching on shore and many of the crew warned the captain not to set sail. Yet the captain pressed on. His decision would be fatal. The Rouse Simmons sank off the coast of Two Rivers, Wisconsin. All hands were lost. What makes that an interesting story, of course, is the fact that all the Christmas trees came from up here in the UP and were sent down to Chicago for all those great people. And they loved it. His wife actually kept it up until the 1930s, so it went on for a long time. But this monument sits out here. There's a lot of plaques out here that explain what went on, and something about the town of Thompson, and also a little bit about the tour that we're taking. So it's a great little place to stop off, look out on Lake Michigan. Hey, another interesting point about the area is we are right down from the Thompson Creek Fish Hatchery here. The Thompson Creek runs out behind me here. And a lot of the people, the creek itself is small, but a lot of the fish have escaped out of there and gone out and grown out into the Great Lakes, and then they come back into this area to spawn. So you'll see a lot of fishermen come down here in the fall, and they'll line these shorelines out there surf fishing for these big salmon that come in. So hey, if you're into fishing, you might want to come here just for that.